Hello and welcome to CX Today. My name's Rhys, I'm the Deputy Editor here and I'm thrilled to introduce a preview of the Call and Contact Centre Expo 2024. And who better to preview the Expo with than the lead event organiser, David Juniper, Group Director at Raw B2B. David, thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thanks for having us. It's a really good opportunity to talk about the event that's coming up next week.
Absolutely. So talking about the event, it takes place at the ExCeL in London on November 27th and 28th. Can you just tell us a little bit about what we can expect at the event?
Yeah, thanks very much. So we're going into our 7th edition of the current Call and Contact Centre Expo at ExCeL in London next week. The event is for the Call and Contact Centre and customer experience industry. So if you work within that, it's a perfect event for you. We've got over 100 exhibitors, over 90 speakers, over 100 speaking sessions and workshops that will happen across the 2 days. So a great way to sort of educate yourself, get to see the latest trends, jump on demos and see some of the products with our exhibitors, and as well as networking with your peers within the industry and sort of building and getting together as a community.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Charlie and myself, my colleague, we're heading up there as well and we're really looking forward to it. So yeah, I think it'll be, like you said, a great place to sort of meet a lot of people in the space. So just in terms of this next question, I want to sort of frame it by first discussing the broader state of the contact center industry. So could you start by sharing some of the challenges attendees are currently facing with their contact center operations?
Yeah, of course. I think what we're seeing is sort of three main sort of challenges at the moment. I think each individual company probably has their own little ones, but one of the main things that we're seeing is obviously customer experience and customer satisfaction. Keeping that consistent across all of the different channels that you operate in, either obviously via call, via chat, face to face, and how you keep that consistent across all your different touch points, and keeping the satisfaction there as well, because obviously that's very key to people. People measuring their satisfaction. The second one is around efficiencies and how you can make the most of that time, making sure you're resolving people's issues, taking orders, and how you use technology to improve those efficiencies within your contact center. And then the third one is around people and culture. I think one of the things that we have within the industry is around recruiting and retaining, and making sure that we show that this industry is great for a career in contact centers as well as within customer experience. And I think what Call and Contact Center and Customer Experience Expo does is really promote that as, there's a lot of success stories and a lot of advocates within our speaker program who have really carved out a really good career within this industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So how will the Contact Center Expo address some of these challenges that you've just spoken about with its agenda?
Yeah, I think we now have 2 dedicated theatres around customer experience. So we'll be covering a wider, content program now for customer experience and customer satisfaction. So people can come along and hear what people are doing, some success stories, and also as well seeing what the latest technologies are using within that. As well as sort of walking around the expo floor and seeing what products and services are in there. And we've also got workshops as well this year, something we started last year, where it's a little bit more little different to sort of sit down theatre style. Is actually roundtables and a chance for people to network and share stories and talk around things like that. And I think that's great across the whole sort of spectrum of the event, but certainly within customer experience. And then secondly, we're around efficiencies and technology. And I think AI has probably come out, over the last few years and is still very much, in the forefront of people's minds and how we sort of incorporate that into our operations, making it alongside the human effect. And we've got a number of educational and speaking sessions which cover that, both from the human side, but also as well, we've got a number of our exhibitors cover AI and how you can implement that technology to improve your efficiencies and things like that. And then important to us is around leadership and culture. We've got a number of panels where we're talking about recruiting and retention and training, which is one of those elements that I think sometimes gets lost within the expo, because it's sometimes seen as very technology focused. And I think what we've done over the last couple of years is start to increase the amount of sessions that we do around leadership and culture, as well as sort of the training and recruitment side of it as well.
Great. Yeah, it sounds like a really nice variety of things across the sort of the 2 days. So yeah, that's exciting. Are there any sort of flagship speaker sessions that you and yourself are really looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some really good sessions, both from our technology partners as well as from our independent. And this year we've really sort of grown our case studies from end users, people who are working in day to day within customer experience and contact center. I think one to point out is our opening keynote, which is a panel, which is going to be chaired by Martin Teasdale, well loved character within the industry, and we've got 3 panelists on there. Chantel Mitchell from Vivid, Joe Garland from Lego, and Vinnie Palmer from W Star, who will be talking around the evolution of the workforce. So it's actually called Contact Center 2.0, and sort of how the workforces are evolving to incorporate AI and the technologies, and what the next sort of step of the contact center will look like in the future as we get more embedded within technology and things like that, and new roles that will evolve from that. So the traditional ones are sort of being transitioned into new roles due to that change. We've also got one around vulnerable customers. So how you deal with those. There's obviously a wide breadth of customers that are dealt with across the sector, and we've got a great panel that's doing that, and we've got some great people speaking from Quilter and from Crewbank who specialise within that. And one of my sort of a slightly little, it's maybe left field this year, we've actually got a social engineer that's coming in, and he's going to talk around how you can hack a contact center, something that may be sort of forgotten a little bit around that sort of privacy and data, and actually it's something, sometimes human side can be our weak point. And he's got some great stories of how just by using voice you can actually get a lot of details off people. So some really interesting stories, and if you've not seen someone do the social engineering, I definitely recommend going. It's very, very interesting and very eye-opening.
Yeah, absolutely. That does sound, the social engineering aspect especially, that does sound really, really interesting. So just finally here for our watchers, where can people go to register for the event?
Yeah, no problem at all. So the web address is callandcontactcentreexpo.co.uk. The event is on the 27th and 28th of November at the Excel at London. So yeah, if you go onto that website, click on to secure your ticket, and we look forward to seeing as many of you there next week. Thanks very much. Perfect.
That's a great place to end things today, I think. I just want to thank David again for joining me, and to thank all of our watchers today. Bye for now.
Thank you.